Good morning students of class 10. Now today I have to continue the blood vascular system, how the blood is circulated throughout the body and how it is pumped through the heart. Let's see here. As you know, the heart of mammals and human beings and higher animals there is a complete separation of deoxygenated and oxygenated blood. And the heart has four complete chambers having different valves. Here in the right side there is a tricuspid valve, and in the left side there is a bicuspid valve, and is completely separated by muscular septum. So there is no mixing of deoxygenated and oxygenated blood. Now see how it is circulated. The body tissues and organs, when used the oxygen, and the hemoglobin is the main carrier of these gases. So the tissues of cells releases oxygen and then carry the carbon dioxide. So this deoxygenated blood first come through the capillaries. Okay. Now from the tissues and organs and cells, the deoxygenated blood is carried through the capillaries, fine capillaries, to the veins, and then to the vena cava, the large vein, and from the inferior, that means from lower side, and also from the upper side. And then it enters the first chamber, that is the right atrium, where it reaches here, and then through the tricuspid valve it enters the right ventricle, and after some time through the another vein it goes to through the pulmonary artery now, and it goes to the lungs. And after reaching the lungs, the thinner pulmonary veins, carries, which is gaseous exchange. After gaseous exchange, the deoxygenated blood is now oxygenated, and through the pulmonary vein it enters the left atrium. And here again the bicuspid valve, two cusps having two flaps, it opens and it goes to the lower chamber, that is the left ventricle. And from that, with the large artery that is called aorta, with high pressure and volume, it goes to the different body organs and tissues. So this is the circulation of the blood. Let's review it. From body tissues, deoxygenated blood through the capillaries, veins, and vena cava to the right atrium, and then to the right ventricle, and after that through the pulmonary artery the deoxygenated blood reaches lungs, and from the lungs, after gaseous exchange, the oxygenated blood through pulmonary vein enters the left atrium, then open the valve again and reaches the lower ventricles, and after that, with high force and pressure from the large artery that is called aorta, oxygenated blood pushed to the different body parts. So in this way we get the circulation of the blood throughout the body. Now let's see some terms related to it. Heartbeat. What is heartbeat? One complete contraction and relaxation of the heart. That means when the valve is open, the another valve relax. Where one valve is open, the another valve is relaxed. Deoxygenated blood came and oxygenated, relax. Whereas oxygenated came, deoxygenated side blood is relaxed. So some of the valves relax and contract, and completing one cycle, that is called one heartbeat. As you know, per minute, that is 72 beats per minute. And pulse is its expansion. the expansion of an artery each time the blood is forced into it, and it can be experienced in the wrist, near the neck also, and in some portions of the body. And this is the record of the heartbeat. Now see why the blood circulation in human is called double circulation. Here, first the deoxygenated blood from the body tissues and cells approaches through the vena cava to the right atrium, one side of the heart, and then to the next chamber, that is ventricle, and through that it goes to the lungs, and from the lungs again it approaches the oxygenated blood to the left atrium and then to the left ventricle. So in this way the blood reaches the heart twice, and this twice circulation of the blood is called double circulation. It is called double circulation. Now see here how blood pressure is measured. As you know, the pressure at which the blood is pumped around the body by the heart is called blood pressure, and it is actually the arterial blood pressure, and it has always expressed in the form of two values, systolic pressure and diastolic pressure. The maximum pressure at which the blood leaves the heart through the main artery, aorta, is called systolic pressure, and the minimum pressure in the arteries during the relaxation phase of the heart is called diastolic pressure, and it is 120 by 80 mmHg, and it is measured by sphygmomanometer. Sphygmomanometer. Now another fluid system in our body which is also a help in transportation, that is the lymphatic system. A system of tiny tubes called lymph vessels and lymph nodes and lymph glands in the human body which transports the liquid called lymph, which is a straw color liquid, and in the body tissues, from the body tissue to the blood circulatory system is called lymphatic system. And in this lymphatic system we have lymph capillaries, larger lymph vessels, lymph nodes or lymph glands, and lymph. As you know, lymph is a straw color fluid that is run outside the cell, so it is also called tissue fluid. It is also called tissue fluid. Now see what are the glands. Lymph glands, here into the blood circulation, subclavicle veins, through the subclavicle veins near the neck region, and this ball-like or spot-like structures are called lymph nodes or lymph glands. Large lymph vessels here in the abdominal cavity, lymph capillaries you see here and in the both the hands. So it is also a fluid that transport many things. It is light yellow colored, which is somewhat similar to composition of blood plasma. It is not red color. It is straw colored and contains large protein molecules and digested food. Now let's see what are the functions of the lymph. Lymph takes part in nutritive process of the body. That means it supplies nutrition. It puts into circulation large protein molecules by carrying them from tissues into bloodstream. And lymph also carries digested fat for the nutritive process. It protects the body by killing the germs. That means it is also attached to our protecting system, antibodies, drained out the body tissues with the help of lymphocytes contained in the lymph nodes and by making antibodies. It also makes antibodies. Lymph helps in removing waste products like fragments of dead cells also. So these are the functions of the lymph.